Hello everyone and welcome to the magical adventures of Draught and Sleety. I am Draught, playing some single player games, and today we will be playing Skyward Collapse. I don't want to linger in this menu for far too long because, well, that has happened before. So I think I'm actually just going to go into the game. I have played this before, don't worry guys. I will explain while we do this. For some reason my account reset, but it's not that big of a deal because, well, why not start from the beginning? So I turned off music because, well, I don't know how it's about copyright and all that stuff. And well, I'll give you some minutes to read what the hell is going on here. I just realized how fucking long this thing is. So yeah, if you want to read its plot, and I'll just keep scrolling, and you can pause and stuff. So yeah, that's about it. Anyway, so basically I think it was in some of... yeah, I don't know which one, but anyway, the game is you're supposed to make... nope, I'm not going tutorial. Let's do normal just to get into it. I may make this a series, so we'll probably get into the harder difficulties as we go along. So let's take this one. Score requirement. Yeah, let's start with easy. Game mode normal. Map type. Let's see now. What was plateau circumstance? Well then. I think we can actually start with plateau circumstance because anything can happen. It's like it's a random map. So anyway, at the start of the game I get 9 turns for the red faction, and well, here comes the twist about this game. You play as both armies and are supposed to keep them alive, and it's a turn-based army strategy game. Well, that's a lot of ground we can't cover, and well, you can't control the soldiers, but you can control the places. So let's just put down a few basic stuff to survive. Rocks and wood to make weapons and stuff like that. Of course, you all think, but if you don't want them to kill each other, why are you making armies? Well, here's another problem. You see that score limitation? we have to get up to a certain score to be able to win the game. And, well, we can't do that by just letting the armies not exist. So, let's see now, what do we need? We need barracks. And the way you get soldiers is by having the right resource buildings and stuff like that, because otherwise those soldiers just won't spawn. As if we check here, we look at Berserk. He needs pig farm, butcher, iron mine, carpenter, smithy, brewery. And well, Housecarl needs mostly the same, except he needs a well instead of a brewery. And the Marauder needs a deer park instead of a brewery. So there's not really that much difference between them. It will be, but not right now. Well, it won't be for this house. There are other houses where there are more difficulties, and the other team, so to say, this one, will have a bit more different stack ups than this team. We'll see when we get there. So we need pig farm, butcher, iron mine, carpenter, smithy, brewer. So let's start by building that. So here's a pig farm, and let's see where the butcher is. Here we have him. It doesn't really matter where you place this stuff. You see, right outside the red zone there are some stuff called ruins. You can't build on ruins, and when a building gets destroyed in the city, even stuff like the rock quarry or a woodcutter, I don't even know how you destroyed those. Well, the woodcutter is logical, but the rock quarry, how do you even destroy a rock quarry? Wouldn't that just help the enemy? When they get destroyed, they get turned into a ruin too, so you can't build there. So the thing is, you need to use these town centers and expand your villages even further. And make no mistake, these two first cities will become ruins. So yeah, let's continue making the necessities. Now we need iron mine, carpenter, smithy. So here we have an iron mine. As you can see, we don't have unlimited actions either, so we can't just, well, I want that. Also, a thing about all these things, wait, what? A thing about all these houses is, now in the first phase, you don't have to pay for the buildings you're making, because, well, you're setting up and stuff like that. But when the game starts, you need to use these resources that are on the right side of the screen to actually pay for the buildings and stuff like that. And the way you get those resources is by simply building the places that you get those resources from, and, well, they will naturally spawn as the game goes on, like the rock quarry, which spawns rocks, and the mason will make smooth rocks, I think, from the rock quarry. So let's see now. What did we need? I forget all the time. Carpenter smithy. So let's make a carpenter. There we have him. Also, I can't build outside this red frame because the town center is kind of the center point, and you need another town center to be able to build outside. And you can't build a town center within a certain amount of squares of the last town center. So that's that do become a problem later in the game, because you also need to be a certain distance close to an enemy town center for it to be able to build that too. So yeah. Is there something missing now? I think. So now we need to decide, should we take berserkers, housecarls, or marauders? I think actually housecarls, because not because it's such a better class or something like that. They are almost all equal. But out of brewery, well, and deer park, the well is the one that's hardest to build after you've started the game, because you need so many specific ingredients and houses to be able to build that building. So it takes a bit time to realize stuff like that. So let's put down a well somewhere around here. It's kinda ironic how the well is the one that's hard to build, but oh well. So our end turns, as you can see on the top at the left screen, has the actions are out. They are 0 of them. So we need to continue and end the turn. And now we'll do the same for the blue faction. There are a couple of things that I want to note about the blue faction. If we put down the barracks to begin with, we can look and see that it's clearly different from the oh god, it's early in the morning, excuse me. It's clearly different from how the barracks looked for the Norse class. I should call it the Norse faction and the Greek faction, just to simplify, or the red faction or blue faction. Either way, as you can see, the Peltast and Sigfoss looks kinda similar, because, well, they all need pig farm, butcher, iron mine, woodcutter, carpenter, smithy, well, not the well, they need either well or brewery. But then there's the Prodromos class. It needs, sure, it needs a pig farm and butcher, but it also needs ranch and deer park. So it's really different in that kind of way, because, well, that's such much easier way to just get out some soldiers. However, I don't think we want to do that, because I didn't note it. We can scroll down here to just note stuff like that. you can see the Huskarl's life and attack is about his life is 600 health, sorry for word blurting, and his attack is 300. So we want something similar to that. Of course, each class can have certain specifics that they are strong against, as this one is strong against archers and cavalry, which means he pretty much makes up a lot in that attack department when it comes to, well, horses and stuff like that. So we want something that isn't too strong, but still will be able to counter him somewhat. So I think we're actually going for the horse, and I think we're going for the prodromos because, well, sure, cavalry, but his defense bonuses are against cavalry and infantry, although not that big of a bonus, but it's something at least. And well, he's got a lot of life, so that also kind of weighs it out. So we don't want two classes to be able to spawn from here, because then we can make the game pretty uneven pretty quick. So anyway, I think I'm just going to pause here until I set up the Greek base, and we can, if we need, we can have a quick overlook, otherwise we'll just start. So I've put out all the stuff that we need, and I realized I made a mistake actually, because well, as you can see, the prodromos isn't lighting up like all the other, wait, what? Like the Huskarl is here. And if we look at the costs of Huskarl, we can see that he needs bacon, which he can get because there are enough pigs to be slaughtered to begin with. There are 6 melee weapons that he needs, and he gets 10 from the stuff that we have put out. And water flasks, he has infinite of those. Just as let's see now, what was this? I don't remember. I think yeah, right, this is not for this faction. This is for the blue faction, and we have an infinite number of venisons, which is from the deer park that we have, because we wanted the horse. Problem is, the horses start spawning through the game, which makes it very... It will take a while before we can get the prodromos, which is kinda bad. So I think we're actually going to back up and rearrange some stuff. So I'll pause again and show you how we rearranged it. So I'm done by rearranging. I rearranged so we'll have the Xiphos instead of the prodromos in the beginning of the game. Simply because the Peltas would have just gotten wrecked by the other guy. So yeah, the Xiphos is of course a bit stronger against infantry and cavalry, but well, otherwise he isn't all too powerful. And he has a bit more attack and health, but this game is supposed to be both balanced and unbalanced, so we will be able to counter it later on. However, I think this actually does it as a good introduction episode. Yeah, I should also say all this stuff was necessary for me to be able to start up the new class, except for the stonemason, or rock quarry, sorry. But it's a very good basic thing to have, because you're going to need stones and rocks. So always get that if you have the chance. That and woodcutter. So yeah, I think I'm going to sum up this video, and if you think this is interesting, you can always watch for the next episode that's going to come out, and leave a like if you like it, of course. So yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!